What's going on, Gemini? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the greatest, Gemini, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. I thought felt pretty groovy there, Gemini. I'm with it. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Gemini, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy around here, Gemini. Now, I'm going to be pulling a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, Gemini, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, perfect, thank you. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for, I actually got the description box is just lit like right now, Gemini. I have links for some other readers that I like watching, so definitely check them out, very intuitive group. But I also have a link for an astrologer as well that I like watching, so check out her channel. She has some great information, especially if you're interested about learning more about astrology outside of what you learn from the Celestial News Monthly and all that, all those shenanigans there, Gemini. So definitely go show these people some love. But let's get to your first card here, because look at you, oh so generous. You have the Maple Spirit card, which is the card of generosity. And you know, Gemini, I do feel that there is this energy of, the first thing was not taking generosity for granted. As far as it's nice to, it's where it is nice to receive things. I feel like we want to make sure that we're equally giving back as well, whether this be in, and I don't mean, I mean just for the sake of giving, in the sense, like I feel like giving without expecting anything in return. Whether this is like, I don't know, this could be sharing in your time. This could be taking a moment and holding a, like, it just gives me this like almost like random acts of kindness. And I feel like that can go around a long way there, Gemini. It's like the more that you give, the more that you receive, is what this Maple Spirit is bringing in. It's like getting in that action, and just finding your moments to be generous. This could be, and I don't feel like it's just in like money there, Gemini. This could be in energies of, you know, spending time with people, or being that person to, like, you know, maybe you just happen to run into a random person on the bus or something, and just happen to be just kind of, or maybe even on like a plane, Gemini. I don't know, I got you traveling, but I don't know, just being that sympathetic ear, because you never know who you're talking with, Gemini. Or, but I do feel that there is, even with that, there is this balance that comes through with that, because I feel like we want to be mindful about being overly generous with our energy as well. Like giving, 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 and not receiving back. There always needs to be that reciprocity there, to, you know, in order for things, I feel, to run smoothly. But let me get some tarot on this, Gemini, and find out, because I feel like that's just might be just where the focus is. And even I feel like that giving without expecting in return is gonna play a big factor for you in the long term there, Gemini. It's going to be this sort of like accrued sort of wealth here. But let me see what else is going on here, Gemini. Hold on. Thank you. Alright, Gemini. So you have the Eight of Cups, the... Oh, interesting. All right. So you have the Eight of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. This is a surprise death card here sneaking underneath the Chariot, and the Emperor card here, Gemini. And where am I going to start? So with this Nine of Pentacles here, Gemini, I feel that there is this... I feel for some that there's this need to... I feel it kind of change how we might be kind of giving out our energies in a sense, whether this be our time, our materials, our energy, whatever this means. And I feel like, because the Nine of Pentacles is this very kind of independent energy, and I just feel like it's for some, if we've been in maybe around, I feel like some sort of emperor type, or maybe some sort of even just like, even like kind of like, it's this toxic, like maybe like a tough like masculine energy that doesn't, and keep in mind, Gemini, this is not gender specific readings, but someone even like just very aggressive type of energy that may be sort of, I don't know, it's like this kind of like leeching off of you in a sense, that there's a need to be be a little more focused and giving to ourselves, and just kind of change that before we quickly to kind of jump into a situation. Maybe you give yourself too much at work, possibly. Maybe you're the yes person that whenever something goes down, it's, they're calling Gemini. And this Eight of Cups isn't necessarily giving me this thing of like we need to walk away or like quit if it's like a job or something, but I do feel there's this more standing firm, and it's like leaving an old way of operating with this Death card and this Eight of Cups here. And I feel even too just being mindful of, as far as turning away generosity as well. When we come to, I feel like when it comes to receiving, like there's this, let me get a little bit more with this Eight of Cups, because I almost feel like that we're walking towards like a situation as well there, or walking towards something like maybe we get like a generous offer for like a job, or like a raise, or maybe even for like a trip or something like that, and it's just like, oh no, that couldn't be like, let me get a little bit more on this Eight of Cups here, Gemini. Alright, Gemini. So the Eight of Cups is clarified by the Ace of Cups and then the Hanged Man here. And I just feel with this Hanged Man here, because the Ace of Cups is like your bottomless well here, Gemini. And I almost feel like that might be, and that might be maybe we're walking away from some, like a situation or something where we kind of, we were seeing things from a different perspective, where we noticed that someone or something, like a situation, may have been taking advantage of your generosity, and now we're not so quick to maybe jump at this thing, or we might be taking this Knight of Wands and moving on elsewhere to somewhere that may appreciate you rising up. But yeah, just pay attention. I feel like that this generosity is just this something to, it's this energy to just kind of pay attention to over this, maybe next week or so, seeing that where that, if that balance is there or not there, Gemini. So, and then how that makes you feel in that, once we see this, maybe if we notice this imbalance, how that how that is going to change things moving forward and what actions do we need to take. So, but I think I'm going to leave that there, Gemini. Let's get some tea and let's get some more on this. You. Oh, and Gemini, how are you feeling after that? We just had a full moon in your sign not too long ago. It happened on, depending on when you're watching this, it was at its fullest on Monday, the 27th. I want to say like 4, it was like 4 a.m. or something like that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed all that beautiful energy. But, oh, interesting. All right, Gemini, so you have the Spirit Guardian of Autumn, which is a card of letting go. And that's interesting there, Gemini, because I do very, very Eight of Cups energy that's coming through here. And, you know, I do feel for some that, like, just like the autumn does signify, it's like kind of heralding the, you know, we're getting towards the end of the season. You know, there's this death that is essentially kind of coming through here, this transformation. And I do feel that I do feel like there is the energy is asking you to see what things in our lives may need to let go, like where we've been maybe we've been overly generous with our energy again, with our this could be our talents, our time, our whatever this is. It was just like we're giving a lot to something that I feel it's like questioning, is this really contributing to your growth in the long terms? Because, you know, after the Nine of Pentacles is the Ten of Pentacles. And I even feel for some, it's either this could be you, Gemini, or this could be someone that we may be dealing with, but I feel that there is an abundant energy that we may be letting go of. This could be you cutting yourself off again from someone, or maybe a situation, or but there's this parting energy that is kind of coming through here with this letting go. But let me get some tarot on this and see what that's about there, Gemini. I even kind of feel with this, Gemini, that we might even need to think about like doing like a saving up in a sense. Not that I feel like I say that, I was gonna say, not that I feel like things are gonna really change, and then the tower pops out. But let me get the rest of that before I well, that's nice. Hold on, Gemini. Because it's not like I feel like everything's necessarily is going to just go away, but I do feel like we're going to be parting with things that might, in the short term, might seem difficult, but in the long term, definitely will help out. But Gemini, you have the Six of Swords, or yeah, more letting go energy. You got the Six of Swords, the Six of Wands, the King of Cups, the Star card, and the Tower here. One of Scorpio's ruler and Aries ruler, the Emperor and the Death. Fascinating. So, with this Tower here, Gemini, I do feel that in this letting go, it just feels like that either the people or something that used to keep you up on, that keeps to get you on this sort of like really high energy, that kept you, it just like something that I feel like may have kept you afloat is changing in a sense, you know, because the Six of Swords, this is a moving on to a new shore. You got a lot of moving energy here too with the Chariot, the Six of Swords, even this letting go, the Eight of Cups, kind of this moving away from something. And I feel that this is something that may seem tough again in the short term, but with the Star card, this is the card right after the Tower, and that means that there's some healing that will come from this. This is something that you can get over. This is a time for you and a chance for you to unlock your potential there, and make sure that you're taking care of yourself in this energy, whatever may be going on here. And I feel it's one that's going to bring about this. There's this acceptance that is coming through here with the King of Cups. That like this, because the King of Cups is this emotional wisdom, this understanding that there are certain things that, you know, that the constant that is in this journey is change, especially with you got the Death and the Tower here. And if the King of Cups, he's normally throned on an ocean, and if you were to just attach to everything that what was going on in the ocean, he'd never come back up for air. There's so much that's going on here, so there's certain things that we need to let go in order to grow. And And one last little energy here, Gemini. I'm just getting this feeling of making sure to be very generous with yourself in this letting go, and be very compassionate and understanding that things, however things may go down, it happens for a reason. And hindsight is 2020. You know, it may not be, it might be a little hackney, may not be what we want to hear, but just something to consider, that it's, you know, in life is not all just about the letting go and moving on of things. Like, it's in that space, in that destruction with the Tower, the letting go, the, you know, the shaking of that foundation. What new stuff can we build into that? You know, how can we take this abundant energy and then Empress, you know, grow new life, usher in the springtime, the Aries energy and things. But alright, Gemini, I think I'm going to leave that there. Let's get your last oracle card. Oh, and what a lovely vibration there, Gemini. I'm with it. Thank you. Because see, Gemini, at the end of the day, you get the hummingbird spirit. And then this is the card of joy there, Gemini. And look at this hummingbird. You know, hummingbirds, they flap their wings, what, like 1,000 times a second? I don't know if that's actually true, but they do flap it at least it's some absurd amount a second. So they're high vibe. And I do feel that in whatever this letting go is, this is going to bring a lightness to you, Gemini, and have you being able to flutter around like a hummingbird and moving backwards, forwards, cartwheeling in the air as I see you, Gemini, and be able to make more room for the generosity that in the gifts and things that the universe has to offer. But, and, you know, for some, when we're going through this, it might be, well, it's like, well, I was happy right then and there, but it's just like, but things can't stay stagnant, you know. Like, it's taking this time, how do I want to put this? It's taking the time and enjoying the journeys and the victories with the Six of Wands, but I feel like we don't want to get complacent. We don't want to just stay where we're just kind of coasting and resting on our laurels. You know, we're always evolving and always growing, and there's more joy and more to experience there, Gemini. But let me get some, because even these whatever these changes are, this Towers is moving on. I feel if we can even find joy in these moments, that keeps us our look at that, keeps our vibrations high, keeps us balanced. Hold on, let me get the rest of your stuff here, Gemini. And I like that that Justice card is there. Hold on, Gemini. We're gonna. Yeah. Okay. All right, Gemini. Oh, we got quite a bit here. That's all right. We got quite a bit, Gemini. Oh, oh! I love it though. Yeah. All right. So you have the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, we were talking about Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, the Six of Cups, got a lot of sixes here too. The Five of Disc, the Six of Swords, or sorry, the Ace of Swords, the Six of, wow, you got all the sixes here, Gemini, and the World card here. And let's switch back over. I know that was a lot to unpack there. I'm like thinking as I'm talking. But one thing, Gemini, you have all the sixes, the cups, the swords, the wands, and I think, yeah, we got the pentacles too, right? Yep. And the sixes can deal with this energy of, like, community. And I feel that there's this but I really feel with this energy here, Gemini, that in order to get to this Ten of Cups, this, because it feels like we're thinking about maybe some bigger things and doing maybe some decluttering, even possibly there, Gemini. See what's getting in the way of your happily ever after, your wish coming true, and you getting towards whatever your legacy looks like. This thing that you want to, how are you going to raise the vibration higher than when you came in there? And I feel that in order to get to that finish line there, Gemini, that there are going to be some things that we're going to some things that I feel like that we were struggling with the past. This can be some thoughts that we used to think, whether this be coming from like a lack thereof mindset, or this could be it almost feels like a when is it like going to be like my time type of energy here, and I feel, and it's not to take away from your time, Gemini, and what you're feeling, but I do feel that we can find the abundance in wherever situation we have to be at, even in the tougher ones, even when we feel that we have nothing at our at our disposal here, Gemini. And it feels like that there's it's in order to find that joy, we're going to need to be the one that shifts that mentality, that plants that new seed of where this may not be an ideal situation. I can control maybe not what's going around me, but how I'm feeling about this thing, and take whatever lessons that I'm meant to get from this and allowing this to change me. And because the Page of Cups, and I feel like this is like inviting almost like a new way of approaching that, sort of like that, especially when we are in that negative energy, we can feed that so much and get to this lack there, and then not see the joy. And it's not that we're pretending that nothing's not there, it's just that we're not just focusing on that, oh, things are bad, whoa, like, in just staying in that stuck energy. It's like, okay, this is the reality that I'm in. What am I going to do? What's going to help me build this back up and raise my vibration? What do I need to let go? What brought me here? Just new ways of thinking, putting that chapter, that this tower moment thing has happened, and now going forward, what else? Cause and effect. Like, all right, I'm going to cause, okay, this is what I've been doing so far. Let me do this and make something new there happen, and then giving it that being patient and resilient in order to get this stuff. And it even it's interesting, Gemini. I hope that makes sense, but because I even feel that there's this fear of, maybe we're afraid of being generous because you were used to not having that abundance at our disposal. This could be like maybe we came from, because the Five of Pentacles can be a card of poverty, and like not having the material resources and things to get our thoughts and things together. But it feels like that's that's in the past there, Gemini, and there's this tower moment is having you take action. And I'm even feeling that there could be this healing energy, in a sense, of taking of maybe being of service there, Gemini, like in like, maybe trying out some volunteering or some sort of like community work or something like that I feel like can maybe raise your vibration and get your perspective kind of shifting in a certain type of way. If any of this resonated with you, you managed to pick apart whatever I was trying to spit out there, Gemini. But yeah, your vibration does affect how you get to your ten of Pentacles and Cups there, Gemini. So just be mindful of that. We can find joy in even the toughest of situations there. But if anything resonated with you, Gemini, if you like that, give it a thumbs up and share this, because this is interesting. But because there was that energy of this not fair energy that's going with the Justice card, but also this almost like, and hear me out, Gemini, not that I'm saying we're causing the sadness and things in our lives, but what decisions have we made up until now that have gotten us to this place, and then how do we correct it from here? Like, I feel like if we can trace back to, it's I hope that makes sense, Gemini. And then subscribe there, you Emperor. Hit that bell, you Tower. Hit that bell button, get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit, look at you getting the hottest card to come over to my other channel, the Chariot. Love that, Gemini. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, come on over to the Chariot and friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Gemini, so I can get you out of here. And so you have the Four of Pentacles here, Gemini. And I feel with this that it's like, for some, I feel like we're thinking about our savings in a way. Like, there's like, it's not that we're afraid to let go of our money, but there's just something that we're afraid of letting go, or something that we may be afraid of losing, that we're holding on so tightly that it may be affecting how you're giving, in a sense. And then it's a weird type, like, it's like you're almost in the state of just like hoarding, almost like, you're saving money just to save, but we're being so frugal that, and so fearful that we're going to let everything go, that we're not enjoying the journey as well there, Gemini. So just being careful about getting caught, I feel like, too, in the kind of that material side of things there. And in doing some things that there's some sort of emotional things for yourself, allow yourself, Page of Cups, be a kid, go treat yourself to, I actually did a little, and not even a splurge, I treated myself to something not too long ago, and I was like, I enjoyed it, I got the kickback, relax, it was chill, Gemini. But yeah, be mindful of that there, Gemini, because I was getting that a lot with that Five of Pentacles, is like, where, and again, it's not that I feel like we're going to lose a bunch of money, but it's just like, just be mindful of that sort of hoarder mentality, that lack mentality, because then that fearful keeps you from experiencing the joys of life and getting out there, trying new things, moving, really fulfilling your wishes there with that Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. But let me get your other Oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Oh, lovely, Gemini. With that. So you have the second card of Capricorns, which is the balloons card. This is probably their funnest card. This is probably one of the funnest cards in this deck. This is a card of fun, freedom, high vibe, relief, rising up, ascension, aspiration, success, joyful, higher perspective, cheerful, attaining goals, stress free, independence, and letting go there, Gemini. So and I feel maybe for some we may not be maybe being generous enough with ourselves, and that we've been maybe again fearful of having fun, of having this sort of like unadulterated, just like guilt free type of enjoyment there, Gemini, and doing things that do raise your vibration as opposed to something that keeps you in a fearful type of place. And I feel like again learning to let go of whatever sort of this mentality that might be here with that Ace of Swords there, and allowing yourself to fill up your cups here with that Ace of Cups. That just a lot more things. The universe will be more generous with you because you're being more generous with yourself and being more generous with others. You're trying to raise that vibration. You see these tower moments, tougher situations from a higher perspective, understanding all the joy that will come, that we might be kind of suffering right now, but in the long run things are going to be fantastic, even if we don't know what that's going to necessarily look like. And I know that can be tough there, Gemini, and it takes that uncertainty can be it can be a pain, but we create, what we create our reality. And so just keep that in mind there, Gemini, when we're going through this journey, just letting things go. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there, Gemini, with this finding joy in life, and not letting the idea of letting go maybe to get you in a low vibe, or get you in this defeated type of space, and raise your vibration through the roof. I mean, with this high vibe card, absolutely hummingbird. You do things. Be generous with yourself there, Gemini. Take care of yourself, and I will catch you on the next one.